English Listening Test. Part 5. Designed for B2 learners. This test consists of 20 questions which are divided into 4 parts. I will give you a short instruction at the beginning of each part. Before we get started, take a pen and paper so you can take notes while listening. Are you ready? Let's get started. Part 1. Listen to 5 people talking about a shocking experience they had and be ready to complete the sentences.
I remember when I was camping in the woods and heard a loud growling noise outside my tent. I froze in fear, thinking it might be a bear or some other wild animal. I waited for what felt like an eternity until the noise stopped, and I eventually fell asleep. The next morning, I found out that it was just a raccoon digging through the garbage cans nearby. But the experience left me feeling shaken for days. Have you ever had a similar experience while camping?
I had a shocking experience when I was traveling abroad and got robbed at gunpoint. 2 men on a motorcycle pulled up next to me on the street and demanded that I hand over my wallet and phone. I was terrified and didn't know what to do. Fortunately, they didn't hurt me, but the incident left me feeling vulnerable and unsafe.
I will never forget the day when I witnessed a lightning strike that hit a tree near my house. The sound was deafening, and I saw sparks flying everywhere. It was a surreal experience, and I felt lucky to be alive. The incident made me realize how powerful nature can be.
I had a scary experience when I was driving on the highway and my car suddenly spun out of control. It was raining heavily, and the road was slippery. I felt like I was going to crash into another car, but somehow I managed to regain control and pull over to the side of the road. The incident left me terrified but grateful to be alive.
The most shocking experience of my life was when I received a call from the hospital, informing me that my best friend had been in a serious accident and was in critical condition. I rushed to the hospital and spent the next few days by her side, praying for her recovery. It was a surreal experience, and it made me realize how precious life is.
Choose the correct option. Part 2. Listen to a conversation between an interviewer and Scarlett in a TV show and be ready to answer the true or false questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's show. Our guest today has a truly fascinating background. She is a student at Princeton University, but what makes her story so unique is that she comes from a multicultural family with roots in Brazil, Spain, and the United States. Welcome to today's show, Scarlett.
Thank you.
So, Scarlett, how old are you?
I'm 23.
What nationality are you?
Well, I've got an American passport.
So, you're American, but your parents. What nationality are your parents?
Well, my dad is Brazilian. He was born in Brazil in South America, but he's had an American passport for the last 15 years. My mom was born in Madrid, Spain, and still has her Spanish passport.
So, how did they meet and end up having children in the United States?
They met when they were both studying English in the United States, and are about 3 years after that they got married, and here I am, and then my brother.
And what was it like growing up in the US with a Spanish mother and a Brazilian father?
I don't think I actually noticed nationality for years. Probably the first time I really noticed a difference was at secondary school. Brazil were playing Spain in the 2013 Confederations Cup final, and my classmates made me choose which country to support.
So, which country did you support?
I stayed neutral. Actually, I didn't mind which team won.
And which nationality do you feel now?
I'd say I was American rather than Spanish, but I'm also very proud of my parents' heritage, half Spanish and half Brazilian. I like that.
What contact have you had with your family abroad?
Well, I've only actually been to Spain once, when I was a baby. I've had more contact on my dad's side. My Brazilian grandparents visit us in the US, and when I was growing up, we always went to Brazil in the summer, and
Very nice.
if I'm at home, I speak to them, to my grandparents, on the phone. Maybe once a week.
And do you think that your Brazilian heritage has influenced you at all?
Well, yes, I think so. I think it influenced my degree choice. I'm studying modern languages at Princeton University. Spanish and French. I'm in my last year.
And what are you hoping to do in the future?
That's a very good question. Hopefully a job that offers some kind of opportunity to travel. But ultimately, I want to settle down for good in the United States. I've always been interested in my background, but I think that I realize the US is my home, and it's where I see myself living.
Thank you very much, Scarlett.
You're welcome.
True or false? Part 3. Listen to 5 conversations and match the conversations with the topics. Use each letter only once. There are 3 extra letters that you don't need to use.
What are you taking this year, Sarah?
Mostly literature courses.
Oh, really? Are they any good?
Some of them are, except for Professor Johnson's class. I mean, the books are interesting and the lectures are great, but his tests are so hard.
Really? Are they essay or short answer tests?
What an awful month we are having, Anna.
It's pretty bad, isn't it? So hot and humid. It's hard to sleep at night, too. I wish I had air conditioning.
Me too.
Funny. It's not usually this hot in the fall.
That's true. Well, I think I'm going to get some more chips. Enjoy the party.
So tell me, Monica, what's your husband like?
Well, he's really fun to be with. He always says funny things and makes me laugh.
He sounds really nice.
He is. And he's always giving me little presents. But I guess the gifts will stop when he knows me better.
Yeah, probably. So, how long have you known him anyway? So, are you still doing the same thing, David?
Yeah, I am, unfortunately. I wish I was doing something more challenging.
So why don't you look for something else?
I really should. I feel stuck in that office because I'm not moving ahead. That's the worst thing about it.
Well, good luck to you. If I hear about any jobs, I'll let you know.
So everybody's fine at home, Nick?
Yes, they are, thanks. Oh, some exciting news. My sister Melissa's getting married.
Really? When?
Next month. She's marrying a guy she met when she was studying in London, and we're all going to London for the wedding. It'll be fun.
Sounds great. And how about your brother? What's he been doing lately?
Choose the correct option. Part 4. Listen to 5 employees answering questions about their jobs and be ready to answer the true or false questions.
Is salary a deciding factor when choosing a job, David?
I remember at school years ago, we always used to say that the amount of money you earn is unimportant, and that it's better to have an interesting job as long as you get a fair wage. Well, that's just it, isn't it? When I started looking at how much these interesting jobs pay, and the number of unpaid hours you are expected to do, it's just not enough to live on. So, I've changed my tune now. I'm not prepared to work for next to nothing.
Would you be willing to work longer hours if you were asked to, Vanessa?
There's only so much I'm prepared to do. I have friends who work all the hours God sends, thinking all those extra hours will earn them recognition in the company and get them a promotion. I'm not convinced that it gets them anywhere, and they don't have much of a life outside of work. I'd rather maintain a decent work-life balance.
Are you happy with your vacation time, James?
I get 21 days paid vacation each year. It's, a bit less than I got at my last job, which is frustrating, 'cause traveling's the thing I most want to spend my money on. What's more, people with families always get in there first when booking time off, whereas I always leave it to the last minute. It means I sometimes don't get the chance to go away when I want to, or for as long as I want.
How long is your commute, Laura?
It takes me 2 hours to get to, and from work in the car. I have to travel during rush hour, of course, and it takes twice as long as it does at any other time of day. Thankfully, I'm working 2 days a week from home now, so that's saved me a lot of time and fuel costs. These days, I just put on some podcasts and relax, and I don't get as frustrated with the slow traffic and bad driving these days as I used to.
How secure do you feel your job is at your company, Adam?
Of course, everyone is concerned about job security. I don't think anyone can take it for granted that their job is secure. There has been company restructuring a couple of times at my company, but I've managed to escape being laid off. I'm always on tenterhooks, though, and I'm always keeping an eye out for other companies in the area which I could work at if I do get let go.
True or false? Don't forget to share your score in the comments section. If you haven't taken our previous listening tests, the playlist's link is in the description below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more valuable content. See you in our upcoming videos.